how does a party that openly mocks thoughts and prayers in the wake of a tragedy suddenly attempt to claim the mantle on morality and religiosity? Sound like Nancy Pelosi. Well, something strange is going on in the age of Trump, as Democrats have been feigning moral superiority.
Well, I pray for him, and I pray for the United States of America.
Oh, that's so nice. Joining me now is Ralph Reed, chairman of the Faith and Freedom Coalition. All right, Ralph. Pelosi's comments and that little, oh, we pray for him. Look, I'm glad she's praying, and I'm not going to question her praying, but it is kind of another component of the Democrats trying to co-opt the faith issues and faith language.
Yeah.
Take it from Republicans who think they've monopolized it for years and bring it into their own fold. How's that working?
Well, you know, when in the last election you lose 81% of the evangelical vote and you lose the Catholic vote and you lose the upper Midwest and the entire South, it's a bit of a memo that you got to do something. What I don't think Speaker Pelosi, first of all, I welcome the prayers of anyone for our president,
You're right.
Whatever their reason is. But what I don't think that not only Speaker Pelosi doesn't understand, but what the Democratic leadership doesn't understand is that external acts of piety do not make up for an agenda that advances grave moral evils. Unless someone think I exaggerate, just consider this. She recently brought to the floor the badly misnamed Equality Act, which partially repeals the Religious Freedom Restoration Act and is a dagger aimed at the heart of religious freedom in America.
I don't know if you've ever thought about God having a political party. I really haven't, but Pope Pete Buttigieg has.
I think it's also important that we stop seeing religion used as a kind of cudgel, as if God belonged to a political party. And if he did, I can't imagine it would be the one that sent the current president into the White House.
You can't use it as a cudgel, but it would never be a Republican. I mean,
I love that.
This is the kind of
religion should never be used as a weapon. But let me make it clear: God is not a Republican.
But Ralph, on this issue of the Alabama abortion law, what's amazing here is that this is so extreme, this is so radical, this is going to help us win the election. They think they have the in on Trump on this. What they don't understand is people of faith who believe this is the taking of an innocent life. They're not doing a political calculus. They haven't for 50 years after Roe. They believe that this is a moral, grave sin. Period.
Correct. Yeah.
Correct? Am I stating that correct?
Yes, and it is the systematic taking of millions of innocent lives under an act of judicial fiat, Roe versus Wade, which imposed on every state in America the most liberal and extreme abortion laws that existed in all of Western civilization. So, look, as we sit here tonight, Roe is still the law of the land. What Alabama and what some of the states that passed the heartbeat bills are trying to do is get a case before the Supreme Court so it can be revisited. But what's extreme is allowing infanticide, late-term abortion, taxpayer-funded abortion,
sex selection, I guess. That's a new one.
And codifying Roe into federal law, which many Democratic presidential candidates are now openly advocating.
Did you know that we were talking about faith, and that just the fact that we were talking about faith upsets a certain congresswoman? Let's watch.
I am frustrated every single time I hear people speaking about their faith and pushing that onto other people. Those that talk about their faith and want to push policies because of their faith are the ones that simply are caught with the hypocrisy of not living it out in their personal lives.
So I guess we're offending her by speaking about faith.
Wow. So the people who poured out of African-American churches in the 50s and 60s and marched on Washington and sat in at church counters because of their faith, because they believed that God's law and natural law required that they be treated the same.
Well, America wouldn't have been founded if we didn't have people of faith who prayed for strength and resolve in every battle, at the end of every war, to bring the country together. I mean, this is a fundamental misunderstanding, purposeful or not, of what we are and
of American character. I mean, there are a few things, Laura, that are more distinctly and characteristically American than bringing your faith into the public square and using it to impact the culture for the common good.
Inform who you are. I mean, what's supposed to inform who we are?
Yeah.
Hollywood? Ralph, great conversation. I'm sure it offended all the right people. That's great to see you. Thanks so much for being here.